Hi, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles again. Today we're going to talk about our champagne female. Champagne's a pretty interesting snake to me. It's kind of something that you like or you don't like. I personally like it and the combos it can produce. You'll also hear these called pumas. I like the name champagne better. She's a little bit one of our shyer girls, a little bit more jumpy than most of the ones we have. She is just going to her first season where she's going to be able to breed, so that's really exciting. And you can see there's a lot of just kind of crazy pattern and color that goes with them. They look really good when mixed with pastel, and that's brightened up, almost get kind of a gravelly look when you do that. And they go really well with a lot of combinations. There are some combos you can't make with them, and we'll talk about that though. One cool thing about champagnes is a lot of them have a ringer, so they get mistaken for pied when you first look at them by some folks. This one doesn't have a ringer.
What do you mean by ringer?
Well, I'm going to explain it. What a ringer would be is usually be around the tail area. It'll be a white band. So like with pie we showed you, it has white markings. People will see that white ring and think, oh, it's a pied. Doesn't mean it's a pied. The pattern tells you it's not. Champagnes just randomly throw ringers. There's a few morphs that do that, and this happens to be one. These guys are fairly new to the game. They came out in about 2005. They came from a gentleman named E.B. Noah, who is an exporter and breeder out of Africa, Ghana especially, or specifically. So he was the first one to bring champagnes and send them here. That's how we got these little guys. They have been produced in a super form, meaning it is a codominant trait. That was produced by Dave Green. Unfortunately, that super was a beautiful animal. It was a little pink snake, but it passed. And I've heard of other people attempting to do the same thing without any success. So it is believed that the super form is a lethal combination, meaning that if you make it breeding a champagne to a champagne, the snakes may hatch, but they will not survive. Now, I don't know how true that is. I don't know how much it's been tried, but the results so far are that it's not a good thing. The other issue with champagnes is you cannot mix them to spider. That has been tried multiple times, and it proves to be a lethal combination. So if you breed a champagne to a spider, you're going to get dead offspring or offspring that passes away shortly after hatching. The longest I've heard of one surviving was about 2 months. They just they don't do well. Something to do with genetics combining causes problems. But as long as you stick to pastel and other things you can mix these with, they do wonderful. My champagne is one of my best eaten little girls. I think her pattern's pretty cool.
Don't forget to visit our Facebook page, Olympus Reptiles on Facebook, and our website, olympusreptiles.weebly.com, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Any questions before we go?
No, I already asked what a ringer was and you answered it.
If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to get a hold of us. Contact us through Facebook, through YouTube, through our website that she mentioned. All of those will work just fine.
What genetics make a champagne?
Well, champagne is just a single genetic. It's its own genetic. So it's not a combination of anything. Champagne is champagne, just like pastel is pastel. So it's a base gene all on its own. It's just not as common as, say, pastel and spider and lesser. It hasn't been out that long, or as long. It's been out around about 10 years. So you don't see them as often in, your normal stores like your Petcos and PetSmarts of the world.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in this week, and we look forward to seeing you next week.